I counted the flickers of the fluorescent light above my hospital bed 6 times in the past hour. Waiting for someone to find my phone had become a monotonous exercise in patience. The occasional visits from doctors checking in on me weren't enough to fill the emptiness. Finally, a nurse found my phone and handed it to me just after midnight as some of the staff were leaving for the night. Now that I had my phone, I decided to share what brought me to this hospital bed. After graduating college a few years ago, I plunged into job hunting. Here's a tip: when a company says they're hiring, often they aren't. I went through this cycle for about a month and a half before I hit a wall of frustration. That's when my friend suggested I try Uber driving. I wasn't thrilled about the idea. Driving strangers around seemed like a recipe for disaster, but my friend assured me of the safety measures Uber had in place, and after some research I saw he was right. Reluctantly, I downloaded the app and started driving for Uber. It was a quick way to earn some cash while continuing my job search. The first few rides were awkward. I had never done anything like it before, and the passengers didn't help ease the tension. After a few weeks, though, I got the hang of it and even started to enjoy the interactions. My rating was stellar for the first 5 months, but then it dipped to 4.5 stars after a lady spilled coffee in my car and blamed me for it. I drove for about 2 years. Once I secured a full-time job, I only drove when I needed extra money, always turning off my availability when I wasn't working. Everything was going smoothly until yesterday, which is where things took a bizarre turn. I had taken a short trip to Asheville, North Carolina, to experience the vibrant fall colors. It was something I had always wanted to do, and I finally decided to go for it. On the last night of my trip, just as I was preparing to drive back home, I received an unexpected notification on my phone. Selected to drive for nearby passenger. I stared at the screen, confused. I had never seen that notification before. Normally, the app would notify me if there was someone nearby needing a ride, but I had turned off my availability. I shouldn't have been an option. I tried calling Uber support, but I was put on hold repeatedly, all while my phone kept reminding me about the waiting passenger. I sat in my car, thinking it over. How hard could it be to do just one more ride? Sure, it was odd that I got the notification, but apps have glitches all the time. I didn't want my rating to drop by leaving this person hanging, so I accepted the ride and set off into the dark, winding roads of Asheville to pick up my passenger. I arrived at an old church parking lot, the location marked on my app. My headlights cut through the darkness, revealing raindrops starting to fall. I watched them for a moment, lost in thought, when a sudden knock on my window made me jump. A man was standing there waiting to get in. I checked my phone for the name before he interrupted. "Your back seats are full." I turned and saw my back seat cluttered with stuff from my trip. I cursed under my breath. "Oh shoot, sorry about that. I can try to get you another driver if you'd like. Front seat is clear. I can sit there," he stated. It was unusual for passengers to sit in the front seat, but it was technically okay. I'm not sure if it's fine by me. I hesitated, then agreed. He suggested it, after all. He slid into the front seat, his damp clothes adding to the chill in the car. I turned on the defrost, clearing the fogging windows, and checked my phone to confirm the ride. "So what brings you out here this late?" Just lost track of time. Didn't want to walk back in the dark. "I get that. I'm not from around here either. Visiting for work. What about you?" "Vacation. Wanted to see the fall leaves," I responded. "Great choice. This time of year is amazing." "Yeah, it really is." The conversation died down as I focused on the road. The rain picked up, making it harder to see. The silence stretched on until he spoke again. "You're from Raleigh, right? Nice city, but I prefer Wilmington." "Yeah, Raleigh is nice, but wait, how did you?" "You mentioned it earlier. About the falls not comparing to Asheville." "Oh, right." The rain fell harder and the conversation ceased again. After about an hour of driving, I realized something was off. I had never had such a long ride before. Hey, you know this ride's going to be expensive, right? No worries. I'm not concerned about that. Just making sure. Don't want you to feel overcharged. I trust you. You did get that job because of your reliability. These comments sent a chill down my spine. You mentioned it when we were talking about work. I did. I didn't remember mentioning it. Maybe I was just tired. Yeah. It's normal to forget things when you're tired. Right? Sorry, just sleepy. No problem. I'll stay quiet so you can focus. His silence only made me more uneasy. I kept driving, glancing at my phone occasionally. That's when I noticed the destination, my home address. Panic set in. How did he know my address? Why did the app send me to pick him up? I hadn't told him I was from Raleigh or about my job. Did I even check if he was the right passenger? I licked my lips, dreading the next question. Hey, did I ask your name? No, you didn't. Kinda weird, huh? I felt his hand on my shoulder. Turned to see him grinning. Thanks for the ride. My phone chimed. You have reached your destination. Blinding light filled my windshield. The airbag deployed as my car crashed, flipping and sliding until it hit the guardrail. Bloodied and dazed, I looked to the passenger seat. It was empty. I heard people shouting, calling for help. Now, lying in this hospital bed, the doctors say I'm lucky to be alive. Minor breaks and sprains, no concussion. Despite my strange story, no one believed me about the man who knew so much about me. Maybe they're right. Maybe I imagined him. But as I type this, my fingers trembling, I see a new notification. Selected to drive for nearby passenger.